It's another ridiculous night as my round table joins me, Ben, the ridiculous Riddick, and rants concerning the nerd culture of yesterday and today. Joining me this week at the round table for a lovely discussion on going back to school, I have the always lovely Nikki, the powerful Powell.
Oh, hi.
I have over in Capelli's corner, Sir Capelli himself, James.
Hello.
I wanted to make your intro as long as I possibly could.
I thought you were going to say that the ginger beard was in Capelli's corner for a second there.
Yeah, usually I go Nikki, Kenny, James. This time I decided to mix it up. And of course, run as fast as you can. You can't catch him. He's the ginger beard man, Kenny Haynes.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic, Kenny. We missed you last week.
I missed you too.
You know, we introduced a new segment last week that you're going to get to partake in for the very first time ever tonight. Aren't you?
I know. You told me about it about 10 minutes ago. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I was.
You got a warning about it? No fair.
Yeah.
This is true. Because Kenny doesn't listen to the podcast, so he
not when I work overnights and work 15-hour days. No, I don't.
So, every episode of Ridiculous Rants begins with a segment I like to call "What Are You Doing with Your Life?" Kenny, since you weren't here last week, would you like to enthrall us with what you've been doing with your life? What games have you been playing? What have you been doing?
Better be good.
Tell me now.
Been doing
Hurry
nothing.
Up. Nothing.
Work. It's been very busy.
Work is for squares, Kenny. For squares.
Especially if you're designing city blocks.
And our first pun of the evening. Thank you, James.
Nailed it.
So nothing, Kenny? Not even a little
Absolutely.
Vita action or.
No, it's kind of when you work from 10 at night until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning every day, or 6 at night to 8, 9 in the morning every day.
I can relate to this.
Welcome to my everyday life.
I think that was Kenny's everyday life before it was your everyday life, Nikki.
Yeah.
It's my
been
everyday
my-
life now. So.
Been my everyday life for 2 years. Well, everyday life doing that for 2 weeks and then going back to like a 9 to 5 for 2 weeks and back and forth.
Ew, that would suck.
Yeah.
Slave labor.
So-
Gotta love it.
But now that I'm back to a 9 to 5 this week, there's a lot of stuff I can do. So I'm excited for this week.
Ooh, I am excited too, Kenny, because I have a special announcement that we are going to be doing our next nerdy night this week. Right? Isn't that exciting?
That's right.
It's going to be Kenny, James, and I. We are going to be nerdy nighting it up. For
That a verb
real.
now? Is that
Yes.
I did.
Nerdy nighting. Yep.
Okay.
It's in the dictionary now, James. Look it up.
No.
www.dictionary.com.
It's the nerdy night.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Great, we have gang signs now, too. James, what have you been doing with your life this last week?
Proving you wrong. Hold on a second.
Proving
Nerdy nighting's not a thing. I just looked it up on dictionary.com.
Oh, did I say dictionary? I meant Urban Dictionary.
Okay, I'll check there next.
I meant the
I-
ridiculous dictionary.
Best.
I've not been doing too much. Getting back into the next Game of Thrones book. Every time I finished one of the books, I've put like a lull between starting the next one. I made sure not to do that this time, so I'm a couple chapters in. I already really like the first couple chapters, so it's good. I'm interested. Wow, that's really it.
James, you were just playing a video game before we started recording.
I told you about that last week too.
Up
It's
to the
not-
very last minute, too.
Good. That's like the first time I turned on the game in a week, though. So I got to play for like 45 minutes before we had to start doing this.
Yeah, good game.
Still good. The
Still good.
minutes I played from last week has not changed my opinion.
What console are you playing it on?
PS3.
PS3. Okay.
I got a 3 and a 4 because I knew that wasn't going to be backwards compatible, so I didn't sell my 3, just pay for the 4.
Okay.
Good, because this month's one of the free games is PlayStation All-Stars, and I'm going to be playing that with my brother pretty soon.
Oh, cool.
So,
It's also free on the Vita, so if you have a Vita and you didn't pick up PlayStation All-Stars, you can get it on the
you
Vita.
keep telling me about all these great games for the Vita, and James, you should play this, and Ben, I don't have a Vita, is what I keep telling you every time.
Kenny has a Vita, and some of our listeners have Vitas, James. I gotta tell those people too.
Tell me it doesn't make sense.
Okay, James.
Lawyered. Anyways, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Good to know.
Yes.
Nikki, I bet your list of things you've been doing is 10 times more interesting than James's.
You might find it interesting. I just got started on chapter 5 of Fables.
Ooh.
No, I lied. I just started the part called Road Trip.
Road Trip.
Part
Road
1
Trip.
of Animal Farm.
Oh,
Okay.
that's chapter 6.
I like that one.
Chapter 6, yeah. It doesn't say chapter 6 on it.
No, I have no idea.
Kenny is being an asshole.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is chapter 6, and whatever comes after chapter 5, bite me. But I took it with me because I went on Monday to San Francisco to take my boards, and I read through my nursing book, and in order to try and relax myself the night before, I read Fables. And I got a few chapters in the car on the way down, and a few more in the hotel. So I'm roughly about just over halfway through the big book that I have. Yeah, the more I read it and the more time I spend reading it, it's really bad when I only spend like 3 pages and then I'm like, crap, I have to go do something and put it down. But yeah, the more I read it, the more I like it. So
It does just get better and better.
it does. It's really awesome. I like it.
Yeah, no,
It's cool when books do that.
Get better and better. I know, right?
Better and better.
Yeah, especially after you read another page and they're just
Kenny, real quick, what is Fables? Tell me.
Fables?
Yeah.
Well, it's a story about a fable. Or actually, no.
This is the origin story. So I'm horribly wrong.
Hold on, Nikki. I want to hear Kenny's explanation of what Fables is.
So this little boy lives in a town,
Uh-huh.
and it gets attacked.
Yeah, by what? What does this town get attacked by, Kenny?
It's not important. Something magical.
What's the name of the town?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Kenny,
I don't know.
stick to your day job.
Improv, man. Improv. Yes, ending. Oh, good lord.
Okay. So Fables the comic book, Kenny.
Yes.
I'm guessing she's on issue 6, not necessarily chapter 6.
Well, in my big book, it's chapter 6, and it says chapter 5 and chapter 6. Okay. So yeah, so I've been doing that, and that's basically it because then
Who's
I
your
took
favorite
my boards.
character?
I don't really have one yet. I kind of dislike them all equally.
What?
Like I don't like really just like a character. They're all kind of douchey.
How do you not like Big B Wolf?
Well, yeah, but he's kind of an asshole. But I don't know.
That's why he's awesome.
Well, yeah, but like I like not liking them, you know, because they all have something about them that's just like, ew, seriously, like you're in the modern day world and now you're just a gross person. Like Prince Charming is so not charming. He's just a skis ball.
He is hilarious though.
He's hilarious. See, that's what I love is I love how skeezy he is, but he's so skeezy. I don't know. So I don't have a character that I'm in love with, but I love hating them.
Okay.
So
that will change. There will be characters you're like, nope, this guy's just awesome.
And there will be characters where you're like, I wish this guy would just burn in a fiery pit of hell.
I don't like Bluebeard, but I feel that
Bluebeard?
I don't know that
Bluebeard's kind of like I'm not.
You're
Say
quintessential
Don't
just
spoil it.
bad guy is what I feel like, but I don't know. I'll get there.
Yep, you will.
Not relevant.
That's it though. I've been reading Fables and watching more of 30 Rock, and I watched all of season 5 in one day of The League because it came out on Netflix on the 2nd.
Gosh.
It is so good.
How is the 5th season awesome? I haven't watched it
Oh
yet.
god, it's fantastic. It's got one of the guys from the OC in the first 2 episodes, and he's fantastic. He plays one of their out of town leaguers.
That's really important.
Yeah, it's
The
really
OC
important.
guy.
Yeah, super important. No,
It was actually a really popular show, so I mean, that is important.
It's funny to see him in in a funny role instead of a stupid like teen drama role. And then who else? Oh, Rafi, or is it Rafi? The weird dude. Has his own little episode that goes off on this really weird tangent. It's pretty interesting. So, but I mean, good show like usual. Watched it in a day. That's about it.
I've never watched that show before in my life.
It's so flipping good.
you
You're
should.
missing out.
So flipping good, Benjamin.
I did start watching Drunk History though.
Nice.
That show.
That's a good one.
That show is hilarious. If you have not watched Drunk History, you got to get on Drunk History. I'll give you a quick
And then
rundown.
turn that off. And
Do
turn
people
on-
drink and then act out history?
They drink and then they try to give you a history lesson. So
Yeah.
it's like famous actors giving you a history lesson, like Jack Black telling you about Orson Welles.
Are they good at telling it like you can actually
Oh,
believe
no.
these? Or are they like, no, are they like they go off on like horribly wrong origin stories tangents?
Yeah, exactly.
Or, okay, just checking.
That is exactly true. It's quite
Perfect.
fantastic. Well, me this last week, I've pretty much done the same this last week that I did the week before. I played a lot of Persona. As a matter of fact, I've already put 40 hours into that game.
So you're almost halfway there.
I'm almost halfway there. Really?
I think that's what I think. Yeah, I think it's in like it's an 80 to 90 hour game.
I've decided I'm gonna get the platinum in this game because
I thought that was a rule.
That is
but
a
it's on the Vita, Nikki. It doesn't count.
Yeah, no, it does, which is why you're losing.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's doing it anyways.
Yes, this is very true. Thank you, James. James, always come into my defense.
Whatever, you're both
That's why I
losers.
like him.
Internet fist bump. Bam.
Oh,
Perfect.
good.
All right. The other game I started playing was Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, which is fun so far. I'm liking it. I'm not very far into it because I've been
All the
playing
45 minutes into it you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I've been doing this week. So let's get into our topic, shall we?
Okay.
Back to school. You know what a lot of kids are doing right now, guys?
Oh. I
They're
know.
they're
What are you doing, James?
What did you say?
What are you doing, James?
James for a kid has the most manly beard I've ever seen.
Isn't it pretty? Look at it.
Just for a kid, not for a man, but for a kid.
Keep telling yourself that, bud.
Uh,
You're not to sleep at night.
but,
Okay.
no,
I think I could probably grow a better beard than Ben.
you probably could because I can't grow a beard. Lots of kids. They're packing up their school bags. They're tightening their Velcro shoes because that's still a thing, right?
That's what they're doing.
Shoes still have Velcro.
Yep.
They're going to school,
Yeah.
carrying way too much weight in books and spending way too much money on textbooks. And
Don't pay for their textbooks, Ben.
what?
Never mind. Go on.
No, not in college.
Well, some of them are in college. Some of
Is
our
it-
listeners are in college. Some of our listeners might be in high school.
Same. High schoolers do not pay for their books.
Yeah, well, okay. The point is, they're all going back to school, which
Yeah.
I thought would be a great point for us to talk about some back to school nerd techniques. First off, let's talk about high school, middle and high school for our age. James, when you were a young lad.
Ah, yes, those days.
Yes, those days. You still liked the video games, correct?
Yes.
Do you think that that liking the video games made you popular?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
James was popular in high school and middle school.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I didn't care much of where I fell in the social spectrum, which
That means he was not cool.
He was like the Fonz.
I was the kind of guy that like,
True.
like if you like weren't my close friend, it's like, oh, there's James. What's up? Cool. Most people knew me, but I wasn't like.
As the nerd.
Eh.
Yeah.
And that's why he fits into the nerdy nights.
I was in theater, so like I was also part of like that group of people as well.
Because the people in theater are definitely
They were
not
super
nerds, right, Kenny?
We
You and I, we were the coolest kids in school. Remember? We were 2/3 of the clique.
Hey, I was pretty popular.
That wasn't the question, Kenny.
Only I could ask that question. He knows where you fell in that whole spectrum.
Kenny, people worshipped us in high school. Okay. I know where we stood.
Who are you talking to?
Nikki, remember when this podcast was about video games and not building and gloating their egos?
And yeah, social stuff. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think it's ever been about video games.
Well, here's what I wanted to talk about. One of the big things that I wanted to talk about is video games in school, because there was a time where the video games that were out, a lot of the computer games that you could play, were educational games. I mean, you had what was it, Putt Putt's Great Adventures. You had Math Blaster. You had Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. You had all.
Oh my god, I love that game.
You had all these awesome games that were there to teach you a lesson. Do you guys remember these games?
Don't pirate video games.
Duh.
What did you say, James?
So the lesson was don't pirate video games.
Okay. So what were some of your favorite memories of gaming while in school? Kenny.
James, myself. Awesome. Yeah, I'll go. Well, the first time that I could say I've ever played a video game was in school, and it was an educational video game, and it was on an actual floppy disk.
I remember those games.
The discs that actually flopped around, and it was
those games I don't remember. I lied. I remember the 3.5 inch floppy.
No, like the big floppies that you can actually like bend and they.
Yeah, no, I know which floppies you're talking about. I just remember playing games off of them.
Well, the game that I played was Midnight Rescue.
What is Midnight Rescue?
It's a game where you're this detective. And he goes to, well, I think there's a couple of different ones, but this one he goes to a hotel and he has to solve a mystery, and you have to walk from room to room and find clues to solve. I think there's a ghost haunting the hotel, and you have to find out.
I know what game you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But it just went over like just puzzle game, not really puzzle games, but clue hunting skills. I don't know what demographic of educational learning that actually falls under, but
it obviously falls under math and science.
Sounds good.
Science.
But yeah, it was an awesome game. Awesome game. My favorite game.
So Nikki's about to bring up a game that I'm going to make a painful admission that I never had the opportunity to play in school at
You
all.
need to find a way to
ever.
download this and play it now, because you are literally missing a giant chunk of your childhood.
Right.
So Oregon Trail was like the best part of my going to school.
Played Oregon Trail.
I have
I've never played Oregon Trail.
never
What?
played Oregon Trail.
Oh,
I've
dude,
never
how am I
played
on a
either.
gaming podcast with you people?
That's the that's the quintessential part of gaming is
It is Oregon Trail.
How else do you get
Gaming
introduced to games
101.
as a kid too? I
Gaming
mean,
101, Oregon Trail. You don't
We
have
used
that
to-
class. You don't
we
be
used to get in
talking games.
such big fights over who got to play Oregon Trail, because we had, like, depending on what class you were in and what grade and stuff, you had anywhere from like 1 to 4 computers, and during break time you got to play Oregon Trail, and they had a list of like who it was and how long you could play, and you had to set a timer for, like, you could play for 10 minutes, you could play for 10 minutes or whatever, because people would get in huge arguments and like scream and yell at each other. This was like 3rd grade, mind you, and yeah.
Well, I mean, I had it available to me, and I think it was a 4th grade class. I took a technology class, and that was one of the modules that you can go to. But I was more interested in, I don't know, like building little robots and working on little circuit boards and stuff, instead of playing Oregon Trail.
Yeah, so the school I had
That's all right, Nikki. When we have to ford a river, we'll be the ones who survive.
I know, right? When somebody gets
They'll get
malaria
dysentery.
around me and dysentery, yeah, I'll know how to fix it.
hey, the
Like
last
nine-
of us has
nine
taught me how to
snakes and
get
killing
through
a water
people with
buffalo.
dysentery. No, but there were three games at my school that you could play. They were Math Blaster, Oregon Trail, and I don't know if you guys remember this game, but it was Dino Park Tycoon. This was
No.
it's like the roller coaster tycoon game, except you made a theme park where the attraction was dinosaurs.
Oh, I've played that.
And
No, that was a direct Jurassic Park game. I haven't played the one you're talking about.
okay, well, this one was a lot of fun. And if you didn't set up the park right, the dinosaurs would escape and eat all of your patrons, and that was always hilarious to me. Putting
I
you
think
know,
that's yeah.
So that's what
That,
they aimed
I thought
for.
that was the goal. That's
Yeah.
not the goal.
no, you want the
You
goal.
want
The
them to
point of the game
break it out,
was
break
to
out.
actually make money. But Math Blaster was probably by and large my favorite station because there were some levels that was like a cross between Mega Man and Math, where you were literally running around trying to shoot things that add up to a certain number, or and that was how you progressed and got pushed forward, and it was just so much fun, and fun. Did no one else play Math Blaster? Am I the
No, I
only one
did.
that
I
remembers
really,
it so
I
fondly?
really liked Math Blaster, but the thing is I was really bad at math, but I liked the game, and so it would get me really frustrated. So I'd like spend a lot of time not playing it. But
I was always
good.
playing Midnight Rescue. I had a choice between Midnight Rescue, Math Blasters, and something else. I can't remember what it was, but
It's
Midnight
probably
Rescue
Oregon
every
Trail, and you
time.
just skipped it.
Probably.
Because who needs the Oregon Trail? Come on,
Oh, good lord.
come on.
Not anybody outside of Oregon, right?
Right? Am I right?
Because that's the Oregon Trail.
That
Do you
is.
guys,
Well,
do you guys remember Putt Putt's Adventures?
oh, I do.
No.
You're,
I
you
don't.
were the little
Yes,
purple
I looked it
car
Mm-hmm.
that like some of them in some of the games you traveled through time and
Putt Putt goes to the zoo, and
yep.
Putt Putt goes to I forget. Goes for a ride. Putt Putt travels through space. Goes to space. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Those were fun games too.
They were fun.
Oh, I could not get enough of those. Um, James, what was the school game for you?
I can't remember the name of it, and it's killing me because there's this one game. I remember it was back when I was in 5th grade. I mean, yeah, I played other games before that, like I have vague memories of them, but this is the one that I really remembered. You were like invited to this mansion by this rich guy who owned the mansion. And it's like you, just it's random Joe, and 6 celebrities.
Clue.
And then all of nowhere, this guy like kidnaps all the celebrities, and you got to go through this mansion and like solve all these puzzles to like free them all before he does his dastardly scheme. I don't know. All I remember
So
is
it's
that like
Danganronpa.
so by the end of it, like there was like there's this, like all the kids want to be the first people to beat the game, but the longer it took, the more people stopped caring. To the point where it's just like me and this one other kid. Like we would spend our lunch breaks to convince our teacher, be like, "Can we spend lunch in here and play the game?" He's like, "Kids want to play an educational game. I'm not gonna say no." So
Now,
that's
if you go into your teacher's room and say, "Hey, can I skip my lunch and play video games?" They're like, "No."
but you tell them we spend lunch here to learn or whatever. I was like, "Well, shit, I'm all about that."
Yeah,
That's what my teacher told me. She said, "Shit, I'm all about that."
absolutely.
That's how I learned the term.
And he's been using it ever since.
Every day, like every 10 minutes, it's
But
really
it's
annoying.
killing me that I can't think of what that game's name is. Oh, well.
So, something that I do remember in like high school and middle school is that people who were really big into gaming or comics and stuff like that in general, they were usually singled out as the nerd and outsiders and creepy kids. You think that's you think that's still the same in schools today? Obviously, I don't go to high school anymore, so I can't say from experience.
Right.
But
Well, if Reddit is to be trusted, a lot of like whenever I read like a lot of threads that are people talking about like modern students of today. What are the cool kids like? This is how it was when I was adult. How have things changed?
mhm.
And there's like, well, there's not really any. Like the nerds are kind of the thing. It's like everybody loves Marvel stuff because of the movies. Almost everybody plays video games because that's just smartphones and all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure like you can get the people who get a little too into it to still be weird. It's like, okay, that person's dressing up in, they're cosplaying. That's weird to me, or whatever. So I think there's that.
Dude, if I would have had my Harley Quinn pants back in senior year, I'd have wore them like every other day.
Senior year, yeah, but
Well, yeah, but that's when I fell in love with Harley, is like junior, senior year, because that's when I met G. So.
right. So
Cool story.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Bite me.
I'm pretty sure the kids aren't typecasted or stereotyped against, bullied just for playing.
Oh, I think they are.
Just for playing video games?
Yes, because I think there's tons of people out there that still look at video games like, ew, gross. I mean, there has to be. There's never not going to be
I mean, yeah,
kids that aren't stereotyped and looked down on and teased because they play video games. Yeah, but I mean, that's still happening. I mean, don't kid yourself. Like, a lot.
People get bullied for the stupidest stuff, and that's always going to happen. So, yes. But I don't think it's going to be because of the video games. Things like I'm not a bully. I never was. I couldn't tell you what they're thinking.
that you broke up and all that. It just sounded like an old man rant.
Yeah.
It's like because one or two words came out and then paused, then another word, and then muttering of I don't know what they're thinking about.
I get those damn bullies off my lawn.
You take your damn video games down the street.
And that was Nikki's old man.
Yeah, that was a good old man.
You're welcome.
Nikki.
You're welcome. I learned from James.
Well, and there's since I was in school. I mean, not really. I mean, you could. So since I was in high school, having technology in school, like your gaming devices and your phones and stuff like that, isn't as frowned upon. My younger sister just graduated high school, and she's texting me in the middle of classes, and apparently it's like in high school, it's like no one cares about that anymore. Whereas when I went to high school, if a teacher saw your cell phone, they took it away from you.
Oh yeah, and not just in class. At my school, it was like if you had it during lunch, if you had it during break, like they had a designated area you had to go to make a phone call. So it's like we'd have our phones in our little backpack pockets and like text in there and then put them away. But they were a big taboo when I was in high school.
But now you can bring those things to school. So it's like I feel, I mean I've seen towards the end of my senior year in high school, I've seen groups of people with like their DS all share playing Mario Kart and stuff like that, which is really neat because now you can actually bring your games to school. What I want to see is I want to see classrooms start to utilize like DSs and just put like brain age on them for everyone.
Right.
To play like during a study hall or something like that. How cool would that be?
Badass.
Exactly. Badass.
Apparently I'm the only one who thinks so.
Yep. You are the
I
only
don't
one who thinks so.
I mean, it'd be cool, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, maybe not like soon, but if they can start getting games that would be classroom appropriate, I mean, you can't just bring Mass Effect to class and have people play games on it.
Why?
What? I know. Why? No, that's not going to happen.
What about a game like Assassin's Creed? Do you think like games like that could become something that that people could use to teach people history?
In an architecture class, that'd be badass.
In an architecture class would be awesome also.
I think that would be one of those like school projects that a kid does and the teacher laughs and goes, "Nice try. Came this close. Still failed."
Fine, Kenny. Fair. But I don't necessarily mean Assassin's Creed as what it is now, but in its backbone, it does have and show off a lot of societal things that are going on. Obviously, the history in Assassin's Creed is not 100% accurate.
What?
Just so you know, it's not.
This is news to me.
Spoiler!
I know.
I didn't actually kill the Pope.
Nope. You didn't kill the Pope.
This is ridiculous.
Told you, spoilers.
No, but you can kind of interact and see, what kind of things were going on in the hierarchy of Rome at the time, or in the newer game in the Caribbean. things like that. It's interesting to see those interactions, and I think it's heading in a direction where it's like people are running out of ideas for video games, so they are resorting back to history. I mean, come on, the Call of Duty started out as, World War II video game. And they did have a lot of actual battles that they showed in it, and in between every cutscene, they showed, quotes from generals or leaders in those wars. They were showing it off.
I miss that being Call of Duty.
I miss that being Call of Duty too. I played Call of Duty a couple weeks ago, James. It was not fun.
I know.
That's because you're bad at it.
Shut up, Nikki.
Don't blame the game because you're not very good at it. I'm not very good at it, and I still love it.
Well, then there was also that Civil War game. The Civil War game that the History Channel put out. Did you guys ever play that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that game.
That was a really good game. That was a good, I forget what battle it was based off of, but it was like actually historically accurate, where you were a specific person that they had, and like not every step that he takes, but the general route and what you did was historically
nice,
accurate. Yeah,
it was a cool game.
If they had more games like that, that'd be badass. Like they were gonna come out with, was it 8 days or 5 days in Fallujah? The one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they were gonna come out with that, and then everyone got all pissed off about it because it's too soon, it's too soon. But if they had games that took that premise and did like older styled history type things that were like true stories, obviously you can't get every single detail completely true. But if you took a story and turned it into a game, that'd be really awesome. And I mean, yeah, it'd be pretty awesome for a history class too. An interactive video.
Especially with VR coming around the corner. It's like there are going to be some great opportunities to use that in the classroom as well.
Yeah, I could see that being used in the classroom a lot. Yeah. Like even just virtual tours.
Yeah.
I think like the amount of effort that goes into these games, I could sort of see that becoming like a virtual reality educational sort of game. But we're not going to see things like shooters or action games like that go into like the classroom.
But like especially with virtual reality, like you'll see things like maybe the Metropolitan Museum will put something out. So
yeah, I was gonna say something like
kids that go to the schools in New York, but now schools all over the world can go see the Metropolitan Museum. Like
I think virtual reality is where video games will begin to start going to the classroom.
I think another thing that virtual like VR headsets and stuff like that's going to make very different are homeschooling. Could you imagine like if like, because homeschoolers, they still go through an institution of some sort, so could you imagine like that a homeschooler's one class, they sit with their VR headset on and they sit in a virtual classroom, or they get to go on virtual field trips. Like for their art class, they get to go around Florence, Italy, and look at the architecture that's there. Or, for a history class, they're walking through a concentration camp. Things like that, where, yes, you can hear about it, but going out there and experiencing it is a completely different thing. And maybe being able to show that through VR, that might make class just a whole lot more interesting. Period.
Yeah.
And that'd be really cool.
It's like I'd want to start all over. It's like I want to go to schools like that.
I was telling you guys a few weeks ago about the book that I was reading, Ready Player One, where it's all about virtual reality and stuff like that. But it starts off with the main character logging into his internet with the virtual reality thing and going to class, and like that was class. The teacher was taking them just all over the world to all sorts of places in history and just reenactments of like major battles, all sorts of stuff like that. And this is probably the coolest application that I've heard for the whole virtual reality thing in this book so far. And it kind of stayed that way. That was awesome.
No, I mean there's some really awesome potential for video games or technology in the classroom in general, and I think being able to interact is going to make learning a lot easier, because think about all of the the people who learn by doing that are missing out on history classes because it's not like they can reenact history and learn it that way. But slap a VR headset on them and have them walk through history, you might get a completely different response out of them. And I think video gaming and history, or video gaming and art, or things like that. There's going to be a lot that can come out of it.
I tell you what,
for those
it
learners.
probably won't be called video games by that point.
I mean, I think they'll start out being called video games to get students interested in it.
Right.
I
Virtual
think
lessons.
VR headsets are going to be the new TV cart. Remember the TV cart?
Or
You get when you saw a TV cart come into your room?
the like at least senior year of high school for us, the laptop cart, those old Dells,
Oh yeah, the laptop cart.
where it was like, oh my god, we're getting laptops today.
And that's where you started to learn all those proxy websites, so you could still log on to your MySpaces.
Yeah.
Our instructor for American Institution and Economy every night would go home and record on a VHS the news, and he would bring it in the next day, and we'd watch the news for the first 20 minutes of class every single day. So we still had the VCR carts and everything like that when I was in high school. I don't think I've ever seen a laptop cart. But...
We went to a pretty awesome high school.
Oh, you were a fancy high schooler? Okay.
It was pretty good.
One of the top in Florida.
Not saying,
Yeah, I live in a town with 15,000
Still pretty
people,
good.
so
That's really not.
yeah, our class
had
class
15,000 people.
was 900 people.
My graduating class is 405.
Our graduating class was 666 people. Don't you remember?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of people that didn't graduate then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's Florida, Kenny. They can only do so much.
You may have had laptop carts, but that's not going to help somebody graduate, okay?
Not everybody, apparently.
See, we had 409 in our graduating class, and 405 graduated.
So one of my favorite things about some of the gaming stuff now, especially for people going to college, when I do have classes, I never forget to bring my DS, because all of those street passes. It's granted,
Yeah,
I
do
run
the
into
same thing.
I run into the same people every time, but it's like you finish so many of those goddamn puzzles.
Do you ever start talking having 10-letter conversations with people?
Yes. Back
that great?
when I was taking my anthropology class, I figured out that there was someone in my class that brought their DS also, so we would have we had a anthro conversation. It was awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. And even the Vita has a feature like that called Near that I don't think anybody ever uses, but it's every time I turn on my Vita, it says in Alameda, within 5 kilometers of me, there are 30 people playing a Vita, playing these games, and so on and so forth.
That's
really
Oh, that's cool.
pretty cool.
I haven't seen that feature yet. I'll have to look at that.
You should look at it. It's one of the default apps on the Vita. Do any of you guys have other topics you want to bring up about gaming and school and stuff?
Well, I remember the first time I really legit got regular video games in a school is when I had started in ninth grade, but it got really, we did a lot more as the years went on. But we'd bring Halo 2 in class. Our history professor, or teacher, loved Halo 2.
Because that's the history of the world right there.
I guess he was a really young guy, but we would just play, and he hated the controllers so much. He went online and bought a modded mouse and keyboard to play on the Xbox.
Awesome.
But so we started off as that, and by the end of the year, we were having 16-player games. We would go to all the teachers' rooms that we could. I went to a really small school. My graduating class was 56.
And that was a private school, right, James?
Yeah.
The wonders of private school.
Yeah, well,
Playing
this is back
Halo
when the people who that was back when the school was pretty cool. Like they didn't care as long as like they knew the teachers who were like supervising were responsible for whatever reason they thought it was a good idea. So whatever. If we like go to all teachers' classrooms and convince them to give us TVs, like as long as you bring it back, we don't care. And the number of times that we stayed until like 4:30, rich kids' parents would show up and just buy pizza for everybody because why the hell not? It was good times, man.
Y'all love those private school kids.
That's interesting.
Right?
Assholes. I went home and played like the Rugrats when I was a freshman on my freaking PS1.
I guess we know where Nikki was.
And you were commenting on us not being gamers because we hadn't played Oregon Trails.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Nikki.
Bite me. Bite me.
Just asking.
No.
Be asking.
Well, I think that's a good stopping point for topic of the week. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Yep.
Are you guys ready for this week's news quiz?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
I really like the news quiz because I think we can talk about a lot. So for new listeners, the news quiz is where we go over some of the top news of the week, but we do it in a way where I challenge the rest of my roundtable to see how much they have been keeping up on the news. And each week I ask them questions. Whoever comes out with the most amount of points wins. And then I think at the end of the month I might do something special for the one who won the most. News quizzes. So, are you guys ready for news quiz number 2?
Yes.
All right. Question number 1 goes to Nikki Powell.
Oh shit.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Last week, Arrow announced new blood joining the set for Season 3. Matt Nable will be playing which iconic DC villain? Is it A, Vandal Savage, B, Lex Luthor, C, Dr. Sinister, or D, Ra's al Ghul?
D.
D. Let's see if Nikki's right. Matt Nable will be appearing in an episode titled The Magician, playing the best DC villain ever thought up, Ra's
The
al
Joker?
Ghul.
Oh, you're wrong. I'm right, but you're wrong.
Yes, you are correct, Nikki. I'm actually really excited about this because they've had none of you guys watch Arrow, do you?
Nope.
I really
need
want
to
to.
start
Like,
doing
when you
it.
showed me that it was in the US, I was like, I want to keep watching it.
Such a good show.
Gotham, Gotham. Woo.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. But no, I'm really excited because they've had a lot of League of Shadow references in Arrow that I've just been waiting for Ra's al Ghul to appear, and he's coming. He's coming. I'm so excited.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Glad to
Kenny.
say.
You're really
I'm
excited.
excited because
There was some new news this week about
don't
Gotham.
ruin it.
Oh, is James?
Yes. Wait,
ask a question
James. If it's
now?
Gotham news, wait.
Okay.
Kenny, question number 2 goes to you. What game has placed a tribute to Robin Williams in its world? Is it A, Dota 2, B, World of Warcraft, C, Star Wars The Old Republic, or D, League of Legends?
I'm gonna say B.
B, World of Warcraft?
Yes.
If he's right. Robin Williams is appearing in World of Warcraft in the form of a genie that can be summoned by rubbing the ever-burning lamp.
Awesome.
So he's a summonable creature? Is that a word? Summonable? Abominable?
No.
Snowman?
Snowman.
Gonna be playing a snowman?
No, but I think it's awesome. Video games are going out of their way to do some stuff for Robin Williams, especially considering how big Robin Williams was into video games. But what I'm waiting to see is if they put a Robin Williams tribute in Hyrule Warriors, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but Robin Williams, huge Zelda fan.
Named his daughter
So much
Zelda.
so, his daughter's name is Zelda.
Wow, way to steal Ben's thunder, Nikki.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Suck it.
Nikki just lost a point.
Oh.
Don't.
Just
no.
kidding.
Fair's fair.
James,
Yo.
question number 3 goes to you.
Cool.
Persona 5 got a teaser trailer this week. What was the big surprise in the trailer? Was it A, that it's coming to the PS4, B, that there's going to be cross-save functionality between PS3 and Vita, C, that it's coming to North America first, or D, that it's coming to Xbox 360? I think Nikki knows most of the news for this week. She's been raising her hand for like each one.
Yeah, even though it's not a raise your hand kind of.
Yeah, but if he fucks up, I want to know that I get to go next.
I'll say that it's coming to North America first. That's all I'll try. That's all. I'm not sure. That's all I'm going to take.
Persona 5 is coming to next-gen consoles, meaning I don't have to feel like I'm going to miss this
So
one
it's the Xbox
after
One. Cool.
loving Persona 4 so much. No, it's coming to PS4. It's not coming to Xbox at all.
Oh.
But it is coming to PS4 and PS3. Originally, it was only announced that it was going to be coming out for PS3. And
Interesting.
I was actually, like, after playing Persona 4 so much, I was kind of bummed that I wasn't going to get the opportunity to play Persona 5. And then this news came out, and I was so happy.
And now it's an exclusive for PS4, correct?
It's PS4 and PS3.
Okay.
But it's a PlayStation.
Okay.
Wait, so it's not coming out in handhelds?
It hasn't been announced for handheld.
Interesting. Okay, because I thought it was announced for 4 and Vita.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Spiffy.
All right. So we got Nikki and Kenny in the lead with 1 point. James, 0.
We're not sharing the point.
You're fine. I'm sorry, Kenny. In that case, Kenny, question number 4 goes to you. What company announced a consumer-ready VR headset powered by Oculus? Was it A, Apple, B, Samsung, C, Microsoft, or D, LG?
Shit.
I know this one.
Dun, dun. Kenny can do it. I have faith in him. Nikki, do you know the answer to this one? Just out of curiosity.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I am going to say Samsung.
B, Samsung. Let's find out. The Gear VR headset, powered by Oculus, was announced by Samsung, with plenty of game and video support that combines the Galaxy and Oculus tech. Now, here's the thing. This headset is it's a headset that you put a Galaxy phone into. So essentially, you're looking at the Galaxy phone still, which I find kind of odd.
That's the point where you go, Kenny.
What's that?
Never mind.
I couldn't hear you.
I know.
But no, it's really cool. They announced already a couple of games that are going to work with the functionality, and they haven't announced a price. They haven't announced when it will come out, but they announced that it will come, like when you buy it, it'll come with Avengers: Age of Ultron and some game. I don't remember the name of the game off the top of my head right now. But they're boasting being able to go to a virtual movie theater and stuff like that. So it's interesting. I am very excited to see that there is a consumer Oculus product other than just the dev kit coming, though.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Is that enough to convince you to get a Samsung phone, Kenny? So you can get this Oculus VR?
No, it's not. I'm still waiting out to see the iPhone 6, the large one. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what I need to see that. If it's not big enough for me, then I'm going Samsung. But if it is big enough for me, I'm staying with Apple.
You want something
Sorry.
big enough for you, Kenny?
It's all about the size.
Hey-o.
Sorry, Apple and Samsung, but it is true. It's all about the size.
It does matter.
It does matter.
Kenny
Nikki.
wants something big.
Question number 5 goes to you.
Yep.
The death of what iconic superhero story arc just began? Is it
Are you
A,
kidding?
Captain
Are you
America,
kidding?
B, Superman, C, Wolverine, or D, Cyclops?
I don't read comics.
I knew she would have a problem with this one. And
Shut up.
I find it absolutely hilarious. You can do it, Nikki.
Can you say them again?
Captain America, Superman, Wolverine, Cyclops. Bum.
Shut up. Wait, read the question again.
The death of what iconic superhero story arc just began?
B.
B, Superman. Let's see if Nikki is correct.
Probably not.
Marvel announced that Marvel's first issue, The Death of Wolverine,
Goddamn.
came out last Wednesday. And
He fucked me over last week, and he fucked me over this week.
And I have to say, I'm pretty excited about it. I saw a fun tweet by James actually that he might actually follow this one all the way through.
I will.
Have you read the first issue yet?
No, I have not gone out and bought it yet.
Okay. Yeah,
But I will.
I'm pretty happy about this. It's about time he died.
For
Again.
good. Do you think he's going to stay dead, or do you think
No,
somehow they're going to bring him
absolutely
back?
not.
Not even like 30 years in the future.
No, I think he's going to come back fairly soon. I mean, Peter Parker died recently in Spider-Man, and he's back. I mean, he was gone for about 2 years, and now he's back.
Yeah.
2 long years.
It was 2 long years, Kenny. It was 2 long years of Dr. Octopus being Spider-Man, and now Peter Parker's back, and I'm happy about it.
How did they bring him back? Spoilers. but
From the dead.
It's really long and complicated. Essentially,
all
what
right.
happened was Doc Ock took over Peter Parker's body and killed off Peter Parker's consciousness, but he was able to. Doc Ock essentially became Peter Parker again.
Gotcha.
Not on purpose. Yeah. So, James, question number 6 goes to you. In an unprecedented move, Netflix grabbed rights to what TV show before it even aired an episode? Is it A, Gotham, B, Constantine, C, The Flash, or D, Suicide Squad?
Gotham.
Gotham yes, Netflix got the rights for Gotham. They're spending roughly $1.7 million per episode.
Oh my god.
Does that mean it's going to air on Netflix as it airs on TV?
No.
Damn.
They did announce that it was going to be airing after the season was completed.
Bullshit.
But holy crap. How confident is Netflix that this show is going to do amazingly well that they
Pretty damn, I
already
guess.
Arrow did really well. I would be.
Arrow did well, and then
You know
comic
what?
movies, comic shows are in.
With the independent shows they've been putting together that are rivaling HBO and Showtime, they've got a good team over there. They're picking the right shows. I mean,
Yeah.
But still, before they've seen any actual footage from an episode.
they have to do that with other television shows too. If they're having Netflix originals, like they're creating those.
But they know what's going. They've seen scripts. They've seen concepts. They've seen all that.
They haven't seen scripts from
I
Gotham.
highly doubt they've seen scripts from Gotham.
No concepts. I'm sure they've seen concepts.
We've seen concepts, Kenny.
Yeah, so if we've seen concepts, they've seen more.
That's still a lot of money. Almost $2 million per episode for let's say 25 episodes. That's $50 million.
I think they're trying to make a play. They want to become as on the equal playing
It's the
ground.
budget of a movie for each episode. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's how much money HBO and Showtime spends.
But it baffles.
And here's the thing, though.
I'm happy.
Netflix makes money on their shows by getting people to buy more subscriptions.
Yep.
But with this one, if it's going to be on TV first, they'll be getting probably some of that commercial money as well. So this is a show that they're actually just going to be making money on, which is probably why they're willing to spend so much on it.
That's true.
I think it's interesting. Like, shows are doing this a bit more and more. Better Call Saul, season 2 was ordered before season 1 even came out.
Yeah.
And like, you can argue, oh well, because it's a spin-off of Breaking Bad, whatever. But it's still like there's some crazy things going on with just like these networks just having supreme confidence in some of their shows before they come out.
Yeah, and I mean, even like Arrow season 3 was ordered, I think, like 5 episodes into season 2 of Arrow, which it's amazing. But that just makes me even more excited to see Gotham, because a publicly I don't know that Netflix is publicly traded, but a company that is huge is spending this much money on a show that hasn't come out yet. I can only be more excited about it.
That's be awesome.
Let's see. I've given James 2 questions. James, this question is going to go to you as well. What new feature was announced for the PS Vita and PlayStation 4 consoles in an upcoming update?
You're breaking up. Start over, Farm.
What new feature?
Yeah, start over. You were breaking up. I'm listening now.
What new feature was announced for PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4 consoles in an upcoming update? Was it A, themes, B, stream Vita to PS4, C, Vita games coming to PlayStation Now, or D, nothing?
You were breaking up with the choices. Can you go over them again?
Oh my God, James! I'm going to punch you through the screen. The choices.
No, you're not. Man, that's too bad for it.
The choices are: was it A, themes, B, streaming Vita to the PlayStation 4, C, Vita games coming to PlayStation Now, or D, none of the above?
If it's none of the above, you're an asshole. There's no surprise to anybody. But it's never none of the above, so screw that. I'm going to go with the most interesting thing on there, which is streaming from the Vita to the PS4.
I think that would be amazing, James. Streaming Vita to the PS4. Then I would be able to actually stream my Vita games through Twitch or something along those lines. And you can stream the PS4. You can stream the PS4 to the Vita, and I can play my PS4 on my Vita screen. But unfortunately, they announced themes are coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Vita, which I find kind of shocking, at least for the Vita, because all you're getting with the themes are different backgrounds. Kenny, can you use a different background on your Vita now?
I can. In fact, I have different backgrounds on my Vita, and they are pretty cool backgrounds.
Yeah. Just makes me absolutely shocked.
Which
makes me shocking.
In this day and age, I don't know why people still use themes for anything. Like, a PS4, yes, because you can't customize your own backgrounds, but like your computer, or anything else that you can customize your own background, it's so much better to just find a unique picture than using a theme. So,
do you think we'll ever see the ability to stream the Vita to the PlayStation 4? I was writing up this news quiz and I came up with that, and I'm like, that would be so amazing if this were
I don't think so.
It's kind of a bummer.
I think it gives you too much control between platforms.
Gotcha. Nikki?
Yeah.
Do you want the Xbox question or the Nintendo question?
Ew, neither. Nintendo?
Okay.
Oh. I so regret it.
Nikki?
No, wait, not finally. I don't know. What do I want?
Nikki, Nintendo held a Nintendo Direct this week, announcing that Bayonetta will be getting another costume from a popular Nintendo character, granting her special abilities. Which character to this date has not yet been announced? Is it A, Star Fox, B, Samus, C, Princess Peach, or D, Captain Falcon?
Wait, what?
Nintendo held a Nintendo Direct this week, announcing that the game Bayonetta 2 will be getting another new costume based on other Nintendo characters.
Okay.
These costumes grant her special abilities, Nikki.
Okay, whatever.
Which character has not been announced?
Okay, so 3 out of these 4 have already been announced.
Correct.
Okay. Can you go over them again?
Yes. Star Fox, Samus, Princess Peach, or Captain Falcon.
Peach?
Okay. So, Nikki, this
What?
week, Nintendo announced that Star Fox is a new character, a new costume for Bayonetta. At, I think it was PAX. No, not PAX, E3. They, no, I'm sorry, Gamescom. They showed Samus and Princess Peach, leaving Captain Falcon as a yet unannounced costume.
I don't even know who any of those are except for Peach.
You don't know what Samus is?
Metroid.
I don't play that.
Oh my god.
You've played Super
You
Smash
never
Brothers.
played Oregon Trail. Don't oh my god me.
No. You can't use that on this. You can't use that on this.
I can, and I just did.
Nope.
Nope.
This is another point. Put her down to the
That is where
negative.
James draws the line.
Good.
Okay, Kenny, I'm giving you your last question.
Sounds great.
Oh my god.
As a part of some sneaky marketing campaign, Xbox is advertising Destiny as what? A. Cologne, B. Shampoo, C. Lotion, or D. An energy drink?
That there can only be.
A
So-
shampoo.
What?
Shampoo.
Shampoo, is that your final answer, Kenny?
That's my final answer.
So, as part of the deal that Bungie made with Sony, Xbox kind of got a short end of the stick because all Destiny marketing has been geared towards the PlayStation. And Xbox can't really advertise at all for Destiny. So the way they did it is they grabbed a little glass bottle, put Destiny and the logo on it, and they said, Destiny, a new fragrance by Xbox.
Really? A cologne?
Yep. You click on the image and it goes, now, we know this is kind of smelly, but there's this game coming out to the Xbox too, just in case you didn't know.
Is there an actual cologne?
No, I don't think there's an actual cologne, but there is an ad.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was like, if they actually made it, it could only be an energy drink.
yeah.
Because I just think of like Doritos and Mountain
I just saw
Dew,
like a shampoo, like a cheap, easy thing to throw in with a console. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Destiny is such a good name though for like a cologne or perfume.
Right?
Destiny. Yeah.
Meet your true destiny.
Right?
I would wear that cologne every day.
You're gonna smell like ass.
Yeah, especially if it's.
It would be an improvement.
Shut up, James. So, guys, Nikki and James have 1 point each. Kenny is in the lead with 2 points. The last question is the bonus question, worth 2 points. So that means this could be anyone's game. I asked my cast to grab a piece of paper before the show started. So everyone grab your pens and pencils. And then you're going to write what you think is the answer on said piece of paper. What cult popular TV show is getting a new web series based in its world? Is it A, Firefly, B, Veronica Mars, C, Buffy, or D, Jericho? Again, I'm going to read the question for everyone at home. What cult popular television show is getting a new web series based in its world? The choices are Firefly, Veronica Mars, Buffy, and Jericho. I have to say, I'd be excited for any of these to come out, but I am definitely excited for the correct answer to this. I mean,
Man, that makes it harder.
I'm not trying to make this question easy. The point of this question.
I didn't know you ever watched Veronica Mars.
I've watched all of these shows, James,
I assume.
and I think I watched most of them when they aired originally.
Okay, are we done?
We go.
All right, James, show me your answer. James picked the
B.
letter B. Okay. Kenny, show me your answer. Kenny picked the letter B. Nikki? Nikki chose Firefly. The correct answer. Veronica Mars is getting a show based in its world. It's going to be based around the character Dick Casablancas, trying to be a private eye, which
That's gonna be interesting.
is going to be very interesting. You should definitely check out the trailer. I'll put a link to the trailer in the blog post when it goes out tomorrow morning. But it looks like it could be good, and there's people from the show actually backing it up as well. So
Whoa.
it looks like it might be good. I was kind of hoping the answer would be Jericho or
Yeah, me too.
Firefly.
That would have been amazing.
But yeah. So Veronica Mars. And guys, that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode of our show. So real quick, let me go over where you can find us all. On Twitter, you can follow Nikki at HarleyQuinn103. You can find her pretty much everywhere on the internet at HarleyQuinn103. Kenny can be found at Kenneth Scott H on Twitter, and James can be found at Ser, S-E-R, _ Capelli, C-A-P-E-L-L-I. And of course, you can always find me at Ben Riddick. You can follow the podcast at RiddickulousRT. Don't forget, the Nerdy Knights of the Round are participating in Extra Life this year. We are going to be gaming for 24 hours on October 24th, and we are looking to raise a grand total of $1,000 between all of us. If we raise said $1,000, Kenny and I will dress up as some Gotham City Sirens. So you'll have that to look forward to. If we get to the $100 mark, I will play a game that will probably make me pee my pants. And
We're pretty close to that, aren't we?
My donators are being very good. I'm already at $55, so.
awesome. We're
Nice.
halfway to me playing a game that
They're
will make
peeing
me
as
pee
candy.
myself. Yeah, awesome. I can't wait. But no, our goal is to raise $1,000. We've each picked a hospital, probably in our local area, that we're supporting. So go to if you just go to www.nkrn.org/extralife, you'll be able to find all of the info there. So definitely check that out. And remember, you can watch this show every Sunday night at 7:30 Pacific time. And I think that's it. Also, before I forget, Kenny, James, and I will be doing our second Nerdy Night this Tuesday. I think we decided from 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to, let's say, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And
Works
we
for me.
will be playing Destiny. So make sure you add us on the PS4. My gamer tag is IceDragon437. Kenny's gamer tag is theginger_beard, and James's gamer tag is Destroyer-1990-. Right?
Choices.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll see you then. Guys, it's been another ridiculous night. And remember, you can't spell ridiculous without Riddick.
Nope.